What's going on, traders? Johnny here with the Investing for Beginners community and the Learn to Earn team, coming at you with a quick live stream this morning. Today is Saturday, July 6th, and I want to talk to you a little bit about how to manage risk for beginners in stocks. And guys, it all starts right now. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and drop us or smash that like button for us, and that would do us a really good that do a solid to us. So guys, I'm going to be talking about risk management real quick. Now I am going to show a real life example and share my screen with you. We're also going to get on to our Discord server real quick, show you the callouts I made for the team in general. Now, I will be coming up with a Learn to Earn lesson library, so definitely be aware of that. We are in, I believe, step 2 or 3 of our 10-step process to creating that lesson library for you guys. I'm excited. We are going to actually be creating this lesson library. I've been getting a lot of questions from our viewers and our subscribers and just overall our team that we trade with every morning, Monday through Friday at market open. I've been getting a lot of questions on some basic information, and to save time and to save myself from repeating myself constantly the same questions over and over, I will be creating a lesson library, which is just awesome. I'm excited to bring it to you guys. It's going to be 100% free, and yeah, I'm super excited to be able to provide that for you guys. So I got my links spread around as always. We are in the we did spread that link to our Discord server, our Investing for Beginners community page, and our Facebook group, a private group with over 70,000 members. So we should see a few people rolling in now in just a minute for this live stream. Now it is Saturday. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but basically I want to just start out by talking about a play that I did and how I was able to manage risk, as well as maybe even answer some of your questions as we begin or as we end the live stream today. So not many people know I'm live right now, but hopefully they'll start coming in, and let's go ahead and start talking about it. So guys, I traded Mara the last couple of days. Now I did buy Mara 27 shares, around $500 in Mara on July 3rd. As you can see down here at the very bottom, it says July 3rd. I bought another 20 shares at 2024, thinking that this company could go up. Now, we do trade this company quite often, and I thought, being right here at that EMA level, I would be able to ride another wave up, potentially making, anywhere from 5 to 6% profit when the market opened back up on July 5th. Now, the market didn't open on July 4th. It was closed for Independence Day, and so I held the company, and that's probably one of the worst things you can do, especially if you're not sure about the direction. Now, obviously, you can see clear signs of it curling over on the EMA, but this was actually not curling over when I took the trade. It was actually just slightly still going up. Now, I did hold this position, and I was able, at one point I was down $120, something like that. I was down $120 on this trade, as you can see here, from highs of $21.60 all the way down to $19. I was down over $120 at the market open on Friday, July 5th. And if you want to watch that live stream, I trade live, and I actually averaged down right in front of you guys on that morning live stream video. You can definitely check it out. It's for free. But basically, I called it out on my Discord and on my Investing for Beginners channel that I was going to average down. Now, instead of losing all my profits, it went from 120 down here of unrealized losses, and it rode up to those $19, $70, and $20 levels. Well, at that point, I decided, well, you know what? Instead of losing, I think at the point it was like $80 and locking in an $80 loss, I didn't want to accept it, and I was able to actually average down from way up here at those 2160 levels all the way down to 2059. And to showcase a better written example here, I can show you our Discord. Now this is our Discord here. We're going to hide our member list to keep everyone safe. But basically, I shouted this out at 8:37 a.m. that we bought 30 more shares at 19.50 of Mara, bringing our average down to 21.43 to 20.59, which is a great average. We actually lowered our share price by a full dollar almost. And for a total of 90 shares of Mara for almost $2,000. So at one point we had $1,000 invested at the 21.43 mark, and that actually showcases right here, okay, at this mark. And then we loaded up. We bought another 10 shares at 19.50. We bought another 10 shares at 19.55, and then we bought another 10 shares at 19.50. So right there in that 19.50 range, we bought more shares, and we actually went from 50 shares to 90 shares. And that brought our average down very nice, had about $2,000 invested. Now we sold 50 shares at $2.08 to reduce my position size before the market closed and before the weekend started. Now that was actually at this level right here. As you can see, I waited all day for this to go up, and it did. It went from the 1950s to right around the $20, from sold at 20.08 at 50 shares. As you can see, my share price is still at 20.59, and then I sold an additional 10 shares at 20.20. Now, as a result, I did keep 30 shares. I felt more comfortable keeping 30 shares or a $600 profit, as this can still go up. But as far as risk management goes, I sold another 10 at 20.20 right before the market closed, and I called it out in our Discord, which is the second link below. I called it out at 1:30, and then I called it out again at 2 p.m. Now, I am holding 30 shares over the weekend, and I lost a little less than 1% due to averaging down and getting a lower price per share. As you can see, my day's P&L was $17.15, or 0.88 of a loss. Now, my open position was still around a $10 loss, and I still have that position open right now. But guys, this red day was my first red day after 8 consecutive green days. Look at this. I was able to be consistent from June 3rd, $20, June 4th, $44, June 6th, I made another $24, June 14th, another $42, June 20th, $231, June 24th, $18, another 21 there on the 25th, another $43 on the 26th, another $20 on the 28th. And this shows my whole P&L here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green days to end June. And then July 1st, 6, 7, and this was 8. So, even though I only made like $9 on the first, still was a green day. And then on July 2nd, we made $21. So very consistent. I'm super proud to take such a small loss due to minimizing my risk. And how do we do that? How do you do that as well? Well, guys, it starts with understanding patterns. I never trade, positions that are not in my favor or going up in my direction. I want to make sure that I understand patterns. I want to make sure I understand key resistance and support levels. And also I want to consider opportunity costs. Now, I could have took that, $100, $120 loss on a $1,000 investment. That would have been 10 or 12% of my position size. But what I did instead was I averaged down, I bought more to bring my share price from 21.60, which was way up here. It was way up here, 21.65, I believe it was, all the way down to 20.59. Now, I did take a small loss, but less than 1%, I will take it. And this is what's so important about risk management. Now, what could I do differently, and what could you do differently to learn from my mistakes? Well, not holding overnight, especially over a holiday, right? Mara tanked, and I had no control over it for an entire 24 hours. Now, what I could have did instead was, at this point, if my play didn't play out at that 21.65 level, right, I could have literally cut my losses at 1% when it hit this first red candle. Even if I missed selling at this first red candle, I could have sold at this first sign of some resistance here at a 2% loss. Now 2% on, $1,000 would still be about 20 bucks. So by learning how to manage your risk and cut your losses at even 1% or less, that would only been a $10 loss, potentially, $15, and you would not have to be stressed out or worried about holding this company and it recovering. Sometimes these companies don't recover, and that's going to happen. Okay, fortunately enough for me, I was able to catch a fairly low share price to average down. I would have loved to average down at 1905. If I would have bought the other $1,000 at 1905, I could have easily seen this come down a little bit more. It probably could have came down another 25 to 30 cents. So my average would have been right at 2020, and then being able to sell all of them at 2020 for a near no loss at all, break even, or even possibly making a couple of dollars. Now, risk management is extremely important for any account, guys. We have consistently grown this account anywhere from 1 to 3% a day, which results in 5 to 30% a week. My target goal for the week is 10% of profits every week to make 40% profits a month. Last month, we made 33% profit for the month, and the month before that, we made around 38% profit. So right along with my target goal. Now, this is important. Now, a couple more things to realize here is that, one, risk management is hard. It takes practice, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to taking those losses. But you're not always going to have a green day, guys. Not every day is going to be consistently green. You are going to have some losses here, but by reducing the amount you lose and by increasing the amount you gain, you can make more money and lose less money, overall showing your account go up and up and up. Now, guys, if you want to check out more announcements, we have announcements here. You could also check out WeBull if you haven't already. That's what I'm using. You can get up to 50 or up to 75 free shares just by signing up with the link. It is the third link below if you want to check it out. And also, we have our morning live trading every single day, all the way back to the beginning of this year, if I'm not mistaken. But whenever the market is open, you can guarantee that we will be live anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. I even have older videos here all the way back. This says May, but I did put some of these videos starting. I should have actually put the date on them, but I believe I started being very serious about this around February, if I'm not mistaken, and started showing my daily live stream videos in February. And then once you get to like May 2nd, May 7th, you will see that I have them every single day. You can go back and see my profits, my losses, my thought process, why I even traded that company, and you can share your thoughts with others as well. I have trade ideas where I call out certain trades, why I see value in it, if it's hitting if it's pulling back, if it's hitting the support level, if it's setting up for a reversal, if it's getting rejected by our EMA line, etc. I have trade ideas here, and as well as the main chat room. You can get involved with the main chat, hang out, and talk to like-minded individuals who all want to do the same thing, and that's invest in the stock market. Now, guys, I do have a Facebook group, a private group of over 70,000 members, where I did this call out as well, showcasing everything that I just talked about to you in our Investing for Beginners community with over 70,000 members. It's 70.9 thousand members at the moment. We have a ton of great stuff. We have tips for any new investors out there who want to, learn more about day trading and overall long-term investing. We do have both communities available to you that I have created. Now, don't forget, we do have a keep turned on. I did not mean to do that. But we do have a community that we have created for you guys to not only be able to watch our live streams, but also get involved with everything that we're doing. And yeah, I hope you guys found this useful. And gives you a little bit more insight on how you can manage your risk, cutting your losses, don't hold companies overnight, and the worst case scenario, averaging way super down, averaging down to that low point, waiting for it to get to a low point, averaging down, and then cutting your losses to have such a smaller loss. Now, losing $17 on a little bit more than a $2,000 account is not bad at all. There's some people that lose 10%, 20%, 30% because they don't know when to cut losses. Guys, stocks do not have to play in our favor. They don't have to go along with our trade idea. We as investors need to be really good losers. We need to be better losers than better winners, right? It's always fun and games, and we love watching when people make money and lock in profits, but no one really talks about risk management. We need to be educated, and we need to understand the value of the company you're trading, the potential it has to go down and up, and it's important to know when to cut losses or average down. I could have easily held, averaged down, doubled my losses, and I could have went from $120 in losses to $200 or $300 in losses. But good thing that was not the case in this instant. Now, I do have a Learn to Earn lesson library that I am going to be creating for you guys and publishing. I may consider doing it in the YouTube channel first by just having a simple YouTube playlist, and then I may consider transferring it over to a teachable course where you can learn step by step everything that you would need to know to start trading as a beginner and possibly even investing long term. We're talking about how to day trade, how to swing trade, how to manage your risk, how to lock in profits consistently. And I have videos showcasing that to you as well. If you check out our How to Day Trade and Swing Trade 2024 playlist, I talk about a lot of good things like that, how to grow your account consistently, how to lock in profits, and a lot of other great videos, how to buy and sell a stock, what is a MACD indicator and how to use it, what is an RSI indicator and how to use it. So a lot of useful videos for you. I need some feedback from you guys though as to what is working for you, what is not, what you want to see more of, and what maybe you don't care to see at all. So do me a favor, leave me a comment in the comment section below as to what you found useful in this video and what can I do to help you become a more successful trader, guys. Because at the end of the day, I've found my success. I've been doing this for years. I'm consistently profitable. I'm making money that I want to make and enjoy making, and now it's my turn to share that knowledge to you guys. What do you need to be successful? Maybe you don't even know, but I can guarantee you that I can at least help guide you along the way, share with you some of my best strategies, and showcase to you some of our best practices when it comes to trading. And I hope that I gained your thumbs up, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll talk about some questions if you want. NASCAR All Out. This is a great topic. Thank you, NASCAR. Yeah, I'm open to questions. If any of you guys have any questions that need to be answered, or if you guys want me to go in detail any more about anything, I can do that for you guys. Take a few minutes and do that. So yeah, risk management is important. I did have a live example. If you're just tuning in, you can go back and watch the beginning of this live stream, as I do have a live example where I was down $120. I averaged down, I identified potential support, and as it went up, I was able to only lose 17 bucks on a $2,000 position. Pretty cool, super excited and proud to be able to do that and showcase it to you as well. It's something that I do quite often. I don't get in too heavy at the beginning. If it goes sour, I either cut my losses at 1 or 2%, or I average down when I see a very heavy support, bringing my average share price down, and then getting out when it starts to bounce back up. Now, I could have held those 90 shares or $2,000 a Mara over the weekend, and potentially it's in the green when I wake up on Monday morning, or potentially it's more of a loss. But I reduced my position size, sold as much as I could for only a $17 loss, and have about 30 shares right now in Mara, holding it over the weekend. I'm a little bit more comfortable holding, $600 worth of Mara instead of $2,000 worth. So with that said, sorry, my cat always bugs me when I do these live streams. It's like he thinks I'm talking to him or something. NASCAR, how do you manage risk when you're going for very large risk-reward ratios like 10-to-1 or 20-to-1? I'm pretty good at focusing in on what most volatile small cap stocks each day. My problem is not holding the position for long enough. Yes, so that's very important too. I have experienced that before. I'm actually known for selling way too early, locking in 1, 2, 3% profit, and then, missing out on another 7, 10, 15% profit. And the simple answer is you have to understand what your own risk tolerance is. You can have a nice setup, you can have a great risk to reward ratio, but if you're not comfortable holding that position for longer, then maybe simply reduce your position size, or sell half. If you go in really heavy at the beginning and it's going in your favor, maybe you sell 25% of your position, or you sell half of your position at this point, you lock in profits, and then let the other half of your position size run up. If it happens to start going down, you don't lose as much because you've already locked in profits. If it starts to go up, then you actually have the ability to lock in more profits, but kind of with less risk to you. Now, those 10-to-1 setups is great, 20-to-1 setups is fantastic, but at the same time, you need to be comfortable with what you're risking. If you're risking $10,000 and it goes down $1,000 and you get really nervous and you sell and you lose that $1,000 and then it skyrockets up, maybe try reducing your position size at entry. Instead of going heavy with $10,000, maybe you only use $1,000. If you're trading with $1,000 account, maybe you only use $100. And that's what I like to do too. I like to buy when I think it's a good price. I'll buy 10 or 20 shares, and then as it goes up, I'll buy another 10 or 20, another 10 or 20, another 10 and 20, until I get to 100% position size that I want, and then I can sell up here. Now, if it starts to go down, you don't want to add to your losers, but at the same time, you can see when it bounces off of that support level, and as soon as it bounces off of support, shows confirmation that it's going up, then you could start buying again and bring your average share price down. So I hope that helps a little bit, NASCAR All Out, with your explanation, but I'm known for it too. Sometimes I get into a heavy position, I sell early, I locked in 2-3%, and then I miss out on another 8 to 10% profit. So try that maybe, selling half of your position where you're comfortable and let the other half ride. Maybe you reduce your position size and you trade with a few $100s or a few $1,000s, whatever you're comfortable with, and you let that ride up, knowing that if it went down 5-10%, it wouldn't be that big of an issue. You can also use your risk management so that way if you have an idea that it's going to go up and it starts to pull back, you stop loss out at 1%, try again, stop loss out at 1%, try again, and then that goes up and you're able to lock in more profit that way. I'd rather lose 1 or 2% because my trade went bad than lose 10, 20, 30% because I'm holding and I'm averaging down and I'm just making a huge mess because I didn't understand risk management. So I hope that was helpful to you. William Cola, how do you determine a support and resistance line for a stock? Okay, hey, great question. Great question. I could show you a live example of that here. So let's go to a company that we don't look at very often. Okay, let's look at, what's a good example? Intel. Intel is a great example of support and resistance. So take a 4-hour chart. Okay, we're going to look at this 4-hour chart here, and we're going to look at overall support and resistance. Our support, okay, as you can see here, is the bottom of where a stock has been. Now, this company has touched as low as $29.73 multiple times. 1, 2, 3, and even almost 4, 5 times. Now, with that said, I would say that that is a clear resistance level. And we can go ahead and showcase that to you here. Now, that would be a strong support because it didn't go any lower than that price area, okay? Now, how do you determine support? Well, that is your support. So how do you determine resistance? Well, resistance is when a company goes up, but doesn't quite go up high enough to pass the next level, okay? So even right here would be a heavy support in the highs of around $35 because it never broke free or through this area. Now it went all the way down. It found support at these key levels, and as you can see, multiple times it found support. Now you can have multiple supports, you could have buy ranges. I like to call them buy ranges because there's two areas of opportunity. There's a support level at $29.73, and then most recently it's found a support at $30. Why? Because some of these candles never went back down to $29.75, thus creating a new support level at $30. And that makes more sense to me because $30 is a psychological number, and most traders like to trade at whole number areas. Now resistance, as you can see here, if we zoom in, it touched support at 30.09. It went up to 31.14, came back down, went back up, and sometimes it'll even go through the resistance level or through the support level. So you can see that this could technically be another resistance level, okay? Or sell range. Anytime you have resistance, you want to sell more than buy, and anytime you have a support, you want to buy more than you sell. And as you can see, it hit these resistance lines, went back down, touched support, and came back up, touched resistance again, and came back down. And look, as you can see overall, that's all Intel's been doing. It's just been going up and down, up and down, up and down, hitting resistance, hitting support, hitting resistance. And some of these moves, that's a 3.5% move. That's a 3% move. That's a 4% profit move. That right there is a, trying to click on it here. That's a 4% profit move. Some of them are in a day, some of them are in a week. This one right here was a nice 4% swing trade overnight because you bought at a $30 level and you sold at a $31 level. Now it has recently broke past these resistance levels, which means now these resistance levels become strong support levels. And why is that important? Because anytime a company goes above a resistance, it becomes a support. Anytime a company goes below a resistance, it becomes a support. Did I say that right? Anytime it goes above a support level, it becomes a new resistance level. And anytime it crashes below a resistance level, it becomes a anytime it crashes below a support level, it becomes a resistance level. So I hope that actually clears up some of it for you. As you can see, this is now showing upward momentum, which potentially could mean this goes up to the next resistance level, which is right here at 32.22, because it touched previously at 32.32 in the past. So I hope that explained support and resistance levels a little better to you, William. Great question for this live stream and overall to understand. NASCAR All Out says, this is going to be a little drawn out. On May 13th, AME, GME both were up over 100%. Reddit traders started focusing on other high interest stocks and started to buy up FFIE at 4 cents. I also traded FFIE, AME, and GME all in that same time period, and I did make some good money on that. So he's asking, over the next week, FFIE ran from 4 cents to $4. That's obviously way more opportunity than the original play. It's just AME, GME has such a following, it brought momentum into these random plays. Yeah, I mean, I would say that FFIE is just another meme stock. And let me showcase that to you guys. Now, I did trade this company. As you can see, I bought up when it was high. I sold and averaged down and locked in, cut my losses. I also traded it again here for this nice run from 18 cents to 69 cents. Now, ever since, it's kind of slowly been selling off. But what you're talking about is right here, okay? Yeah, it did go from 4 cents all the way up to almost $4, which was an amazing play in 4 days, an 8,000% profit. But at the same time, this is a pump and dump. This is a pump and dump, okay? I want you guys to be aware of that. This is not something I would hold overnight. This is not something I would trade like Roaring Kitty and, you know, try to create a whole movement and get you guys to buy into it. This is pure pump and dump, okay? And that's okay if you can make money off of it. No problem. Make your money off of it, okay? Here's GME too. And I traded GME. I locked in $250 on this first run. I locked in another $247 on this one. And I even missed this one right here. I traded this one again thinking it was going to go up and didn't, but still broke even. And ever since, it hasn't done much. Now, this is definitely a pump and dump stock. All meme stocks are going to be definitely off of momentum and off of how much attention that it can grab from the masses. If you have 1 million people watching Roaring Kitty on his new live stream that he came out with a couple weeks ago, then it may potentially go up. But I watched his live stream, and in fact, it went down. It went down like 40% at that same time period. So I'd definitely be aware of pump and dumps, the potential of reward, but also the potential of risk. If you would have bought down here and it pumped up, you made money. But if you bought in the $60 level and you assumed it was going to continue to go up, then you would now be down 60% of your account size, all within 1 day. This went up 100% in 1 day, and the very next day it crashed all the way back down 60%. So great question. That's why I don't really trade them. I trade companies that are familiar to me and understanding direction. Like look at Chipotle. Chipotle has a very high resistance level at $69 after its 50-to-1 stock split. And if you want to learn more about the stock split, I have a video talking about it and why it happened. But it was trading at $3,000. So assuming that this would go up because now it's trading at 69 bucks, it didn't. It didn't go up. If anything, it's crashed over 12% of its position since its stock split. Now it's coming into oversold areas, buy opportunity areas, and has a potential to make a 12% profit as it goes back up to previous highs. We focus on 4 things on this channel, 4 things to focus on before you make a trade. 1 is direction must be in your favor, and it must be going up if you're trading in the long, if you're going long, right? So direction must be in your favor. 2, you must be able to identify previous patterns. Patterns do tend to repeat themselves. So if you see a pattern going like this, it's like a wave, and it usually tends to repeat itself until it has a breakout up or a breakout down, catalyst like news or something like that. But they do tend to repeat themselves. They don't have to, but they do tend to. Number 3 is identifying key levels, support levels and resistance levels, and understanding why those are there. I just had an explanation and I talked about how to identify those key levels just a few minutes ago in the live stream if you're tuning in. And 4 is opportunity cost. You have great opportunity cost if it plays out on those pump and dump stocks. But in a better note, why don't we try to have opportunity costs, say 5 to 10% on a move that makes sense, not because of hype, not because of all the attention it's getting from news or media or other retail investors, but because of true fundamentals and technical analysis on every trade you take. Direction, patterns, and those key support levels will determine your opportunity cost. If you're risking 1% to make 10%, that's a great risk to reward. That's a 10-to-1 risk reward ratio. Now, if it doesn't play into your favor, you need to understand that that 1% risk is technically your 1% loss. And that's all you're willing to lose. Not by, changing your stop loss and bringing it down to 2%, bringing it down to 3%, bringing it down to 4%, you're actually going against your trade plan. Now you're risking 3, 4, 5% to make 10%, and that's like a 1 for 2 or a 2 for 1. So that's a great question, NASCAR. Thank you for talking about that. I traded all of them. I traded FFIE and made money. I made almost $500 on GameStop when I traded it twice, making about $250 each time with only $1,000. That's what I was comfortable putting into a pump and dump stock, and I was able to make 23% profit on a $1,000 investment, which was amazing. But that's not always going to be the case for many of these pump and dump companies. Don't get caught trapped in these type of companies. NASCAR All Out, KOSS just squeezed 350% on Wednesday. Do we think MAXN, another high interest play, could become the next FFIE? I was focused on MAXN pre-market yesterday, but didn't average in at all. Also, you put, I just feel like MAXN is possibly great risk reward play. If you are wrong, you could get out close to break even. If you are right, you could run 5,000% in a week. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you are playing a little bit more off of some of those penny stocks. We could take a look real quick if you want. Let's see, you said KOSS for Cost Corp. Great. Yep, that would have been great if we could buy in at $4 and ride it to 18. It has now been selling off. So this is a company I would not even look at until it gets back into those $4, maybe even, $4 to $8 range. And then you said MAXN for Maxon Solar. This has a downward, this has a very down. So I would wait because there's really no true bottom yet. As you can see, it does have some support levels at 390. So, I mean, if we drew those out at support where it touched here, here, and here, and then we draw its resistance level at highs, which obviously that's a high point. Resistance would probably be more around like this area right here. You can see that it broke that pattern and those support levels, and now it's down here. This creating a new resistance level because it was previously a support level. Possible support level at what, 16 cents? But it's lost so much of its value. I mean, it's lost hundreds and hundreds % of its money. Almost a full 100%. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, from $38 down to 16 cents, it's lost 100% of its value. Is that a company you can see yourself putting money into? You could put money into this and hold it overnight, and it can get delisted, and you could lose 100% of your money. So be aware of that, guys, especially with companies like this that are penny stocks. If this gets delisted on Monday and you have money in it, you will lose 100% of your investment. They're not going to say, hey, we're delisted, let me give you all your money back. No, this company has suffered. Even from $4 down to pennies, that's still another 100% loss. So this is a company I would not trade. I would not even put money into it at all. Maybe if it starts showing signs of upward momentum, sure, you can get a 1,500% profit. But due to its direction is not in our favor. It can be in your favor if you're a short seller, but it's definitely not in your favor if you're going long. So good call out on this one, but that is just a company that I don't want to have any new investors trading into, as they could lose 100% of their position size. So any more questions on this, guys? Any more questions at all? Let me know. NASCAR, the drop in FFIE was more pronounced. The 2-year was 1,800 shares, split adjusted, and the low was 4 cents. It still ultimately ran from 4 cents to $4. Yeah, definitely a short-term play. I'm not trying to discourage you at all. I'll never tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just simply giving you my opinion on what I would do in that case. But yeah, I mean, if you're finding success in trading stocks like that, then all congratulations to you. More power to you for doing it. And if your risk tolerance is that high and you're willing to do it, go for it. I mean, I've thrown a couple $100 in OCGN. I've thrown a couple $100 in FFIE. I even threw $1,000 in GME and AMC when they pumped up. Made some money, very risky, but at the same time, understanding the value and understanding your opportunity cost. So very good, NASCAR. Great call out. Thanks for contributing to the live stream, asking questions and getting involved. That's exactly what we do here. We trade live every day, Monday through Friday, where we actually lock in real profits, guys. Let's go back to the Discord and show everyone that's starting here. We do have a profits chat where you can showcase your own profits if you want, but we have been consistently profitable, making 5% here, another 2% almost there, 4% here, 1.4% there. I even show you my overall P&L for June. I showcase these every single month to you, so you can pause the video and check that out, or simply hit that second link below and you can get access to our Discord. You know, we had one red day after 8 straight green days in a row, only losing $17, and that's what this whole video is about. Managing your risk, reducing the amount of money you lose, and ultimately keeping the money that you make. July 2nd, made only 1.5% profit, about $20 on a $1,500 position, and overall here, losing about $17 on about a $1,500 to $2,000 position. So not too bad. I mean, this is what this video is all about. You can check out our Discord, second link in the description. We have main chat rooms, swing trade chat rooms, day trading chat rooms, option trading chat rooms. Share off your profits. We even have stuff off topic if you just want to showcase some of your cars. There's my Dodge Challenger right there, and my blue Ram. And you know, showcase stuff like that. Also showcase trade ideas to you guys every single day. And I'm not even sharing my screen with you, so unfortunately you didn't see any of that. But did that work? Let's see, did that work? There we go. You can see my profits chat right here, where we're consistently making profits every single day. That was a good day there at 4% profit. And, you know, trading with a small account, anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 on this high risk account. And I have profits chats. We have off topic chats. Again, there's the blue Challenger I own and the Ram truck. And, you know, we talk about crypto, we talk about day trading, swing trading, and then our main chat room, of course, all available to you guys 100% free. I have my trade ideas here. This is where I give out my announcements like this video. We do have giveaways every month, so check that out. If you're a subscriber, you'll get you know, $100 Amazon gift cards or cash through the Cash App, stuff like that. And then I have my morning live trading sessions where you can go back any day you want of this year and see when I traded and what I traded for the day. Now, I do go live every single morning, Monday through Friday at market open, for about 30 minutes to an hour. So definitely, if you find value in this, smash the like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little notification bell, or join the Discord server so you know exactly when I go live. I also will be doing a Sunday night stock talk. As always, we do it every single week to set you up and myself up for potentially oversold reversal companies, what has sold off, found support, and potentially a good buy area to make some profits. That's what I like to trade. I love to trade patterns that are going up, horizontal patterns that showcase support and resistance, and overall reversals from companies that sold off, finding that support and bouncing and going up. So appreciate your time, and we will see you all at the Sunday night stock talk at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Hit the bell notification after you subscribe so you get alerted when I go live on Sunday night and overall every morning at market open. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time, and we will see you all in the next one. And remember, let's end the year on a green note. Thanks, guys.